In a world teetering on the brink of apocalypse, monstrous beings breach the fabric of reality through mysterious gates, posing an existential threat to humanity. The hope for survival rests on the shoulders of awakeners, individuals endowed with extraordinary abilities. The story begins with a haunting hymn to the Queen of Mercy, set against vivid imagery of cities engulfed in flames and skies darkened by chaos. Amidst this turmoil at the heart of Korean University, two young awakeners, Serena with her striking crimson-red hair and Nori with her bright yellow locks, prepare to face a formidable Level 4 monster. The campus, once a place of learning and tranquility, now stands as a battleground, with buildings crumbling and the air thick with smoke and fear. As the monster bears down on them, a mysterious black-haired man emerges from the shadows. His presence is commanding, and with a single, effortless strike, he obliterates the creature. The onlookers, including Serena and Nori, are left in awe and confusion. This enigmatic savior reveals that he has endured hundreds of years in a hellish dimension, though only a year has passed in their world, leaving him disoriented and filled with a sense of grim determination. The scene shifts as the National Intelligence Service, led by the resolute team leader Kim Jung-woo, arrives on the scene. Soldiers in tactical gear and armored vehicles flood the area, establishing a perimeter. The tension escalates when a brash, purple-haired man confronts the black-haired stranger, only to be swiftly and decisively killed. The power dynamics are clear. This newcomer is not to be trifled with. Suddenly, a new gate opens, unleashing a cataclysmic Level 6 enemy, codenamed Red Horn. The sky darkens further, and the ground trembles as the monstrous being, with eyes burning with rage and a wolf-like visage, steps through. Central Command, depicted through screens filled with frantic activity and flashing red alerts, orders an immediate evacuation, mobilizing all available forces. The air is filled with the urgency of helicopter blades, sirens, and the shouts of soldiers. Amidst the chaos, the black-haired man remains aloof, his eyes cold and detached. He questions why he should help, his cynicism starkly contrasting with the determined awakeners around him. Nori, embodying the hope and spirit of humanity, rises to the challenge. Her eyes blaze with resolve as she declares that those with power must protect the powerless. With a fierce cry, she launches herself into the air, her sword gleaming in the dim light, ready to confront the monstrous threat head-on. The man flies in and catches the girl. "Interesting girl. I like you," he says. The girl blushes. "My name is Tae-hung," the black-haired man continues, "and I will be your lord, the Demon Lord." In a world fraught with supernatural dangers, Nuri finds herself at the mercy of a powerful demon. During a fierce battle, the demon contemptuously silences a monstrous opponent with brutal efficiency, shocking onlookers as he extracts a massive glowing stone from the creature's body. Breaking the stone with ease, the demon commands Nuri to follow him, leaving her comrades horrified and helpless. As Nuri hesitates, black bugs swarm ominously, prompting her to agree to the demon's demands to protect her friends. Intrigued by her defiance and latent power, the demon reveals her dual-class nature, a rare and precious attribute even among demons. He initiates an engraving ritual, enveloping Nuri in a painful red light that forms a towering beacon, visible to all, before clearing to reveal a suddenly healed battlefield. Meanwhile, the team leader, still reeling from the earlier fight, discusses the arrival of a formidable figure named Tae-hung with Serena. They realize that catching him is impossible, given his overwhelming strength. Nuri, now bound to the demon, leads him through dilapidated alleys towards their destination. Her thoughts of signaling her location are futile, as the demon can read her mind through the engraving. They pass a poignant scene where the demon reflects on a photograph of a woman, revealing a rare moment of vulnerability. Arriving at a site reduced to rubble, the demon's expression turns to one of terror and anger. "This is Xian's office. Who did this?" he demands, standing amidst the ruins, his power and wrath evident as he vows retribution. In a dimly lit truck room filled with palpable tension, a group of individuals huddles around a table. A man sits calmly, exuding an air of quiet authority. He has just finished his research on Byeontae Tae-hung, an ordinary student at a Korean university. The name, Byeontae, meaning pervert, causes a ripple of laughter and shock among the group. The irony of such a formidable presence bearing such a name is not lost on anyone. Serena, a sharp and inquisitive figure, looks puzzled as the biodata of Tae-hung appears on a screen, showing him as just an average man. The scene is set for the revelation of an unexpected powerhouse. The narrative shifts to a flashback of chaos and destruction. Buildings crumble like sandcastles, and people scatter in panic, desperately trying to escape. Amidst the devastation, Tae-hung falls to his knees, his face a canvas of grief and rage. Memories flood his mind, his grandmother's caring touch, their joy upon moving into a new home, and the warmth of their bond. The visuals capture a serene past, now shattered by the present calamity. Tae-hung's sorrow transforms into a burning resolve as he contemplates the senseless loss. Back in the present, Tae-hung stands, his eyes blazing with determination. The world around him seems to darken, mirroring his inner turmoil. "Who did this to her?" he demands, his voice a growl of barely contained fury. Black shadows seem to swirl around him as he prepares to unleash his wrath. Enter Kang Sung-ho, a man in a sleek black suit, representing the White Tiger team from the National Intelligence Service. He approaches Tae-hung with caution, sensing the brewing storm. "Mr. Byeontae, we're investigating this incident," he begins, but Tae-hung cuts him off, his patience worn thin. "Get out of my way," he warns, his intent clear. Determined to prevent further chaos, the White Tiger team moves to subdue Tae-hung. They attack with precision, but their efforts are futile. Rocks and weapons are thrown, but Tae-hung deflects them effortlessly. The scene is a blur of action, with Tae-hung's power on full display. One by one, the team members fall, their shock evident. Serena and the team leader exchange looks of disbelief, realizing they are facing an unstoppable force. As the dust settles, Nuri, a young woman with a deep bond with Tae-hung, steps forward. Tears stream down her face as she pleads, "Please, master, stop!" Her voice quivers, filled with genuine emotion. Tae-hung's mind flashes back to his grandmother's words. "You don't have to study or play sports. Just be a good boy and help those in need." The memory of his grandmother's kindness softens his rage. He pats Nuri's head gently, a rare moment of tenderness. "Thank you, Nuri. You reminded me why I returned." Turning to the White Tiger team leader, Tae-hung's voice is firm but controlled. "I will cooperate, but on one condition. Find the one who killed my grandmother within 3 days." The leader nods, understanding the gravity of the situation. As the team regroups, the narrative leaves Tae-hung standing resolute, his mission clear: to honor his grandmother's legacy by protecting the world, even if it means working with those he once saw as enemies. In the Seoul regional headquarters of the National Intelligence Service, the atmosphere is chaotic. A man, agitated, yells for team leader Kang, demanding a report on a recently resolved situation. Amid the commotion, Mr. Kim tries to assure the chief that he will provide details later, but is interrupted by a voice questioning if a certain individual is an awakener. Nuri, visibly pleased, explains that this impressive individual is a new awakener who helped handle a level 6 enemy. The chief, astonished and eager to register this new talent, orders an immediate test. Mr. Kim and Serena are shocked at the idea of testing Tae-hung, who is, unbeknownst to them, the Demon King. Tae-hung finds the situation amusing but frustrating, especially when faced with a long wait for hopeful candidates. As his impatience grows, Serena tries to expedite the process, but the staff insists on following protocol. Tae-hung's anger peaks, leading to a single blow that knocks down everyone around him, causing a commotion. Healthcare workers rush to assist the injured, while the chief and staff are left in disbelief at the chaos caused by Tae-hung. Nuri comments on how lenient Tae-hung has been, reflecting on his terrifying power. Mr. Kim warns the chief to brace for updates on the highest awakener in Korea. During the grading test, Tae-hung is asked to attack a measuring sphere with his strongest magic. Initially, his attempts fail to register, but when he unleashes full power, the sphere is obliterated, astonishing the staff. They realize no tool can measure his abilities accurately. Despite their efforts for a detailed assessment, Tae-hung demands immediate results, asserting his dominance. Later, in a cafe, Tae-hung reflects on his restricted abilities outside the demonic realm, enjoying green tea with Nuri. Nuri, delighted, imagines Tae-hung as a magician, which he dismisses. Suddenly, the chief arrives, announcing Tae-hung's registration as the first S-class awakener. Nuri is thrilled, but Tae-hung, unimpressed, demands the chief to state his purpose directly. The chief nervously prepares to explain further. Upon hearing the chief's demand, Tae-hung refuses. Serena argues and says that it's a big opportunity. If you officially announce that you are an S-class, you will gain support, fame, and money. The Demon King replied, "If I need money, I can earn it whenever I want. I promise to cooperate, but only if you fulfill my conditions." Now we see a man in a building saying, "I need to find him quickly. No awakener can stop us now." Demon King, Nuri, Serena, and Chief were in a car. The chief laments the lost opportunity to publicly announce Tae-hung's S-class status, hinting at the global power shift. Kang Seong-ho, leader of the White Tiger team, arrives and discovers Nuri and Tae-hung sparring. Though Tae-hung assures Kang that Nuri is progressing smoothly, Kang notes she isn't yet at the A-class level. Meanwhile, deep in the Demon King's thoughts, he contemplates his history in the demon realm and vows to seek revenge against those responsible for his grandmother's death. Kang delivers investigative results on the Ilsim Guild, a transformed gang turned awakened guild, notorious for tormenting ordinary citizens. Tae-hung sees this as an opportunity for retribution, despite the risk of provoking a war with the association. The scene shifts to the Ilsim Guild leader, Kim Gil-tae, bragging about their power. Suddenly, fireballs hit the building, and the words, "Atone your sins," appeared in flames. The Demon King appeared and demanded, "Confess all your sins and bow your heads in apology, only then will I kill you painlessly." The members of the Ilsim Guild saw the Demon King and said it was Batman. He was the one who made everything like this. "Let's go and kill that." One of the members said, "Here is my chance. If they see me now, I can move up in the organizational rank." He goes to attack the Demon King, but in a flash of time, the Woman King kills that man and says, "This is your last chance before I do not show mercy any longer." The members of the guild get scared and shout, "What's up with this guy?" One of the members says, "I am out, sorry." While he was running away, the Demon King came in front and said, "Who told you that running away was an option?" and killed him instantly, and announced that none of you have the right to run away from me. Every member of the team gets scared. The team leader ordered his members to go and fight him and stop him and started to run away. Watching this, the Demon Kings said someone that is fit to be the guild leader has to stay alive, a boss who leaves his subordinate behind and runs away first. He makes and says that the real world is not any better than the demon world. All of the place was filled with red flames and fire. The members and the guild leader ran away and hid in the building, which was made of magical impenetrable to most attacks. The team leader thought that it was a counterattack when they destroyed the last residential neighborhood. One of the members said, "Don't worry, boss. I just ordered everyone to leave. If we fight inside the building, we can take down even an A-class hunter." All the members were gathered inside the building to fight with the Demon King. When the Demon King saw this, he became very happy. He thrashed every member one by one. The members were shouting for help. All of the place was filled with fire and flames, and in a loud voice was heard, "Did that help?" The Demon King was inside the building now. He sent the rats always hide, don't they? The guild leader and his right hand were shocked to see the Demon King at how he handled all those awakeness barehanded. He tried to run and shouted, "I don't want to die, but all in vain." The Demon King was very angry. He said, "You took the lives of innocent people, and yet you keep saying you don't want to die." He caught the leader's right-hand man. The leader shouted that he was a monster. "Why are you doing this to us?" He replied, "I want your guild destroyed. Give me one reason not to kill you." The team leader said that we had no choice. It was just a self-defense. The Demon King said, "You are lying. You attacked first." The Keonji guild did not even get a chance to fight back. The guild leader said, "I'm Kim Gilte of Ilshmway. I can't lose to you." He tried to attack the Demon King and punched him. But the Demon King didn't resist and said, "I will give you a minute, keep trying." He again tried to hit him. The Demon King thought the one and sole reason I came back to this world was my grandma. In the meantime, the leader tried to hit him, but the Demon King stopped him and said, "I will kill you right away and give you a taste of every pain imaginable." The area was filled with red blood, and the Demon King was looking like a real monster. The leader cried for help and mercy and crawled through the place, but it was very late. Outside the building, the police were everywhere. The chief was also present and thought about the trouble ahead because he knew that the Awakeners Association wouldn't just stand by and do nothing. In the National Intelligence Service building of Seoul, a debate is going on between the chief and the other panel members, 3 men and 1 woman, about the recent incident of the Demon King. The panel members stated that it was not just a murder, but a massacre. 52 people were killed. How can you let this go? The chief replied that how do we punish that as class awakener? The other members said that you can't let this kind of vigilantism go unchecked in a country with laws. The chief replied, "Okay, we will discuss it later. Let's talk about more pressing matters. We need to respond to the recent surge in gates. Only in Seoul, 4 times has opened, and on top of that, there have been level 4 and level 6 enemies fuming with anger. And those were defeated because of an S-class awakener on our side, but the panel members still stated that he has no right to act like this. The general manager should also take action in this matter. The general manager asks the chief to handle the situation and inform him that we are watching him closely." The chief thought that can I do this if the chief thought that can I do this if he is not even a human? The chief looked frustrated. The general manager understood his situation, but asked to cooperate. Now we see Nori planning to wash the Demon King's clothes, but when she opens his closet, all clothes look the same. Nori took clothes and went to give them to the master who was taking a bath. She said, "Finished your bath and get dressed." He came outside naked, and Nori screamed. She gave his clothes to him and ran away. Now both Tae-hung and Nori are on the lawn. Nori is worried about him because after the incident he is very quiet. She feels that might be he feeling empty from the inside after his revenge. She thinks about how can she make his master feel better. She asks him to go shopping, and he agrees to go. But he states that there is a problem. Nori gets shocked at what is the problem. He says that he has no money. Nori also comes to think of it that money hasn't come in yet. Nori asks Tae-hung if she can lend him some money, but he refuses and says, "A lord does not borrow money," and creates a magical stone and thinks of selling it to have enough money. Both of them go to an exchange market operated by the National Intelligence Service where one can buy and sell magical stones easily. They went inside the building, and the reception the lady welcomed them and asked about the gems they were going to sell. She told them the rules for selling gemstones. When Tae-hung showed her the stone, she got nervous and asked them to wait. She called her senior and told him about the gemstone because this stone was an exception. The man Park Soon-ho from Sales Division 3 came and welcomed them. Nori told him that she was from NIS. He said, "I was told you have brought a big gemstone. Who is that guy next to you?" He asked Nori. She asked Tae-hung to show him the gemstone. Upon saying a big gemstone, he was shocked. Tae-hung asked about the money, but Mr. Park Review apologized and said that they couldn't buy this magic stone because they didn't have the budget to purchase it. Tae-hung split the stone into tiny pieces and asked about the price of a small piece. Mr. Park said that it is still at least tens of billion, but we can buy it. But we need funds for it. Tae-hung looks disappointed that this market can't even buy a small gemstone. Nuri said that we need cash, you can give us a part of it now, but he refused again. The bargaining continued, and in the end, they accepted 1 billion for the gemstone. Now both of them went shopping. At the exchange market, Mr. Park looked angry that they took advantage of him and looked down on him and thought of taking revenge on them. He calls someone and says, "I've got some bastards I'd like to take care of." Tae-hung asks Nuri to go and buy something for herself, but she refuses and says that we are here to shop for you. Both of them go inside a clothing shop. She asks the man there to dress the master from head to toe in the best way, and without being worried about the money. When Tae-hung comes outside all dressed up, he looks very handsome and asks Nuri how he is looking. She tells him that he looks great. He then asks to leave, but Nuri says to him to look into the mirror, but he refuses and says, "You said I look good and that's all that matters." Nuri blushes. Both of them drink coffee and go shopping. When they come outside the shopping mall, they see a gate opening in the sky. It was a very unique gate opening, covering all the sky with purple light. It was an unknown gate, and such a gate means a catastrophe. The horrible monster came out. Tae-hung thinks about the strength of the monster. All the people began to run. Nuri calls NIS to inform them about the situation. Tae-hung was lost in his thoughts, thinking about the strangest creature he had ever fought in the demon realm. He becomes happy that there is someone working and fighting. And suddenly he hears Nuri shouting, "Master!" She asks him to save people. Tae-hung saw a small girl crying in the crowd. Folks, that's it for today. Stay tuned for the next time.